Welcome to NIBM Global, the webinar. Today we will be speaking about the concept of long tail. Back in 2004, Chris Anderson had coined this phrase called long tail. What you have on the screen is a typical graphical representation of a long tail. Now you're talking about a competitive market there. Now what Chris Anderson was arguing is that the world is shifting from what is called a set of what you call it, the hits or what you call it, the successful products or large products to a lot of niche kind of products. Now I'll explain on this. Now if you look at the graph, there is a head to it, there is also a long tail to this. Now this head is what you call your traditional product is, or your bestseller product is, or your hit product is. Take for example textile industry. Now if you look at textile industry, there are so many huge brands, like say if you're going into men's apparel, you have your LPs, you have your Arrows and so on and so forth. There are also a host of other brands who are more into the niche. Now, because online has come up, what is happening today is the world is moving from what is called a hits. I'm not saying they're not buying this hits or bestsellers anymore, but the world has also this option wherein you can actually buy what is called a niche product. If you say 40% to 50% typically of a particular market would be bestsellers. You call it say 3, 4, 5 bestsellers, less than that often, and the rest would be spread across several small players who are working on a niche. Now, why the whole difference? The difference is again because technology has come into place. Now, what has technology done? Technology has done every market accessible to absolutely everybody. So this is what it has done. Earlier, if you are a small player, it is very difficult for you to manufacture your own product and then place it for sale and then have that follow up and so on and so forth. Now today, since technology is there, you can hire a small room, you can make your manufacturing happen there, or you can outsource your manufacturing, you can upload this on the website, you can deliver right from the room. And because that has happened, today you have what is called the concept of long tail. Like for example, all the big brands, 40% is being sold, and then there are so many niche brands which are specializing into specific requirements as you are looking at it, because people can think of more customized products today. Now, long tail is, since internet has its influence, we'll also have to look at a bit of SEO. There is also something called long tail SEO or long tail SEO or long tail search engine optimization. Because traditionally, if you say Nike shoe or say men's shoe is what used to be the head or most popular search term, but today people are no more searching as that. They are being more and more specific. Like for example, they are saying Nike men's shoe and some descriptions onto it. So whenever your search term goes or keyword goes beyond 4 or 5 or 6 words, you call it what is called the unconventional side of style of keyword search. And every marketer who's on the website wants to be number one, which means when you're searching down in Google, you want your website to be listed on top. And one key way to get this listed is to have the right keywords in place. In your website, you should somehow accommodate what is called all your possible keywords that the customer is likely to search for. And for this, today the long tail concept is going. No more conventional. If you're selling shoe, you cannot put just formal shoe or men's shoe as your keywords. You need to find out a whole set of, which Google is definitely what is called your Google AdWord is definitely helping you to do it. To find out, if you go and find out in a particular domain, what are the different kinds of long tail keywords, or rather the unconventional keywords that is being searched down, you can actually find a host of it. And then you need to somehow add into what is called your major keywords. Now, this is very important today because any small player can do this, and large players also can have their own role because the customer need is getting more and more personalized. The customer can afford to do it today. He can, if he needs a particular, a very, very specialized or a specific kind of a product, he can do it by going into Google, searching it down specifically on what he feels should be there in the product, and then he can get the product accordingly. And hence this aspect is also, as I told you, depending on your industry, it will change. Still you're talking about 40 to 50% bestsellers, and the rest entire 50% or even more than what the bestsellers is selling is what is by smaller niche players, or rather I'll say smaller niche products, which is not conventionally demanded. And this is what a concept of long tail is, and understanding this is very important as far as a marketer is concerned.